All right, we are live once again. This is video number 2 of 3 I'm going to be doing today. If you did not see the first video, I did my prediction of the 4 PGX comics that I am going to be sending in to get graded. This is the video of the 2 comics I'm going to be sending in to EGS to get graded. And then after this video was shut down, I will be creating another live stream where I will be doing an unboxing of the 4 comics from PGX that arrived actually yesterday, so I waited until today to do the video. So that will be coming up after this. But this video is sponsored by EGS Grading Company. Make sure you check out their website and see all that they have to offer. Like PGX, I do not have any contracts signed. This is thanks to Tony, the owner of EGS Comics, contacted me one day and said he would love for me to be a representative of his company, and he is allowing me to send in 2 books to get graded, pressed and dry cleaned, signature verification, because they also do signature verifications if necessary, and I will even get from time to time the custom labels so you guys can see what they look like. And as usual, they get free advertisement from this. So if you have never tried EGS, give them a shout, or at least, like I said, check out their website and see what they're all about. And again, I make sure it benefits you guys as well. They offer 2 discounts for my viewers. If you use the code WeLoveComics with your order, you will get $5 off your order of 10 or more books that you send in. So if you send in 10 or more books, you'll get $5 off your order, and you will also get, if you, again, send in 10 books, you can get one of them pressed for free. So make sure you indicate that you watched my channel, and make sure you exclusively mention those offers, because they will not automatically give them to you. You have to make sure you enter those codes and explain. So make sure also you list which particular book you would like to get pressed. So again, good deals for me, because I get 2 books sent in free every month. Good deal for EGS because they get some free advertisement, and good deal for you guys because if you want to send in those books, you'll get a discount off the order and you can get one of the books pressed for free. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the 2 books that I am sending in to get graded, tell you the price I paid for them, if there is any significance, and what I think the grades will be. Now, both of these grades are going to be based on what the sellers told me they believe they are. Whether that ends up true or not, we're going to let it be figured out when I get the books back. I looked over these books, and they look like they could potentially be in the range. But like I said, when it comes to higher grade books, I do not want to open them, especially like you'll see the first one has a lot of black in it. I don't want to end up damaging it all. So I'm basically just going to go based on what the sellers told me, and we'll see what happens. But again, for the price I paid for these, it really won't matter. These books are not major significant books, but for the prices I paid for them, we'll see what happens. So as usual, as you could see, the thumbnail is something I just created. It's some of my AI art. I would love to hear your opinion on the comment section. So if you ever want to be so inclined when the video uploads to let me know what you think about the AI art, I'd love to hear what your opinion is. Unfortunately, the image cut off the top of the head of the ogre, but I still thought it was cool enough to send to post as the thumbnail. All right, so we already got some people in the live chat. Captain Crunch is back from the first video. Welcome. Life is good. Good to see you. And let's put on the video camera so you can see these 2 comics. Now, this particular comic, when I bought it, well, the original book, and I have several copies of it, is in a bagged comic. And it had a poster, which they included, but it was not part of the comic. It was basically added into the bagged issue. But this is Ghost Rider number 28, which is the first appearance of the Midnight Suns. Now, like I said in the first video, Disney is doing a lot of changes. So there were rumors that there was going to be a whole bunch of series based on the Midnight Suns. Whether that happens at this point remains to be seen. But these are books you could buy relatively cheap. They were mass-produced, but like I said in the other video, it does not matter the amount. It matters how many people want them. And you could still get these pretty cheap. Now, you could see they included the poster, but this isn't a poster that was inside the comic. It was inside the bag So it was not part of the comic. So it's not like it's incomplete, because this wasn't a centerfold that somebody just ripped out and added. This book had the poster added outside of the comic, inside the poly bag. So when I bought this, it was out of the poly bag, because this book, and I know this, I've had myself have him sign books before, but Joe Kubert, right here, let me put it, you can see it, signed this book. And like I said, back in the 90s, I had a couple him and Andy had signed a couple of my books. I didn't get this one signed, but I know his signature. He's got a great signature. So many people have scribble. The Kuberts have very good signatures on this. Now, this, like I said, is the first appearance of the Midnight Suns. It's not a major key, but I mean, if they do movies or TV shows based on the Midnight Suns, and they're going to have a whole set of that with Blade and Ghost Rider, maybe even the Punisher, that could end up being something that becomes, you know, maybe the next kind of underground dark version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Who knows? That could bump these up. But again, because that stuff hasn't happened yet, you can get these relatively cheap. Because as you could see right here, I paid a grand total of $12.46 for this book. And that includes the shipping and handling and eBay fees and everything. For a signed book, it is, to me, worth taking a chance on. So the seller told me it was, again, between 9.4 and 9.8. So we'll see what happens. So I'm basing the grade on what the sellers told me, and we'll see if it comes out. But again, for basically under $13 for a signed book, you know, just going to a convention to get a book signed is going to cost money. Let alone these days, how many artists actually charge for their signature. They're probably going to charge anywhere from $5 and up, depending on the book and depending on the artist. So I think for that amount of money, it was worth taking the chance on. Again, I've gotten books from both Kubert brothers signed myself, so I know what their signature is, but obviously that doesn't guarantee it. So EGS does signature verification, so we'll find out in about, probably, I think they said it's going to take about 2 months for my books to get graded and sent back. So it takes a little bit longer, but that's perfectly fine with me. I'm in no hurry to get these back. All right, so the second one, and then like I said, after this video, I'm going to shut this down, create a new live stream, so there will be a third video after this. But this book, obviously, if you were like me and you grew up in the 90s, you'll know this book all too well. This is Youngblood issue number 1. There were rumors that there might be a Youngblood movie or TV show. Again, who knows at this point what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. Even without the strike, things can change. But for the price you pay for these things, it's worth it, because it's signed by Rob Liefeld. And again, I've had books by him signed. His is one of those that's chicken scratch, in my opinion. But it's a certain type of consistent chicken scratch. Like, you could tell Rob Liefeld's signature. So again, I cannot guarantee it, but I've seen many of his signatures, and this looks like it's genuine. But we'll find out when they grade it. I paid a total of $13.98 for it. So for a signed Liefeld, because Liefeld charges for books, obviously he's not going to charge as much for a book like this. I believe Youngblood number 1 was the first ever Image comic. Spawn number 1 was the most popular, especially back in those days. But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Youngblood was the first ever Image comic. So that does have a little historical value, but they printed these to no end. But again, even if there's 10 million copies out there, if 11 million people want them, that means 1 million people are going to have to overspend to get a book. Now, is there a high demand for this book? Absolutely not. Can there be? Who knows? As this book gets older, you're going to get more and more people with nostalgia. It might happen. So we'll find out. Super Neil, welcome to see you. He says, is EGS worth it? Well, I can't answer that question. That's up to you. I always give people an opportunity to make up their own minds. Now, I have not gotten my first graded books back from EGS, so I cannot predict, I cannot tell you about their services as of yet. As we do this, we'll go. Like I said, with PGX, I've been working with them now for over 5 years, so I have a pretty good idea of how they work. EGS just contacted me last month, so this is new. But, is it worth it? I'll leave that up to you. I am not here to tell you what to do with your money. All I could say is here's an opportunity to try a new company if you'd like to. If they would have asked me this a couple years ago, I might not have done it because I did not like their cases at the time. But they have new cases now, and I actually like them, so I would recommend them. I don't care if a company contacts me and offers me the world. If I don't believe in the product at all, or I think it's not something good, I will not promote it, or I will not tell people to buy it. I've done reviews before from other companies that asked me to do a video on their product and do a review. And I told them, I'm not signing any contracts, and I'm going to say my honest opinion. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers all across YouTube that get paid tons of money to basically lie to the people that subscribe to them. I think that is very dishonest, and I would never do that. So if it was EGS from 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have done it. But because they have new cases, and I really like the new cases, I thought they were good enough to give the opportunity. And like I said, I haven't gotten the first one back yet, so this is something new. So I cannot establish, their shipping practices and what the grades are, and, did they arrive safely, and did the cases survive the being transferred into the mail? Did they do the signature verifications? Did they do pressings? That remains to be seen. So as far as is this worth it, it depends on you. So I present things that people may not have been aware of as an option. Whether you want to try it or not, I leave that up to you. So thank you for that. So with that, since there are 3 people in the live chat for this video, we're going to have all 3 the surprise subscriber shout-outs. So we got Captain Crunch, we got Life is Good, and we got Super Neil Comics. So as you know, any of my people that end up in the... Oh, and again, I'm sorry, I didn't give the grade. For the Youngblood, they said between a 9.4 to a 9.8 with white pages. So we'll see if that comes out. And again, that's based on what the seller told me. So I'm not basing it on what I think it's going to be. I want to base it on what the sellers told me. And it'll show that are sellers being honest, or are they trying to mislead you, or were they just generally just wrong because they didn't know. But those are the 2 comics I'm sending to EGS. Again, and let's put the thumbnail back so you can see the AI art. If you use the code WeLoveComics, and again, you have to mention these discounts to get them, and make sure you use the code. If you send 10 or more books to EGS, you can get $5 off your order. And also, you can get one of the books pressed for free, so you can make sure you mention which book you want pressed. Otherwise, they'll just press any one of them. So if you have a specific one you would prefer to get pressed, they do in-house pressings and dry cleanings. They also do the signature verifications. They have custom labels. Custom labels are not really my thing, but you may like them. And that's why even Tony, the owner of EGX, contacted me the other day. We talked on the phone right before the hurricane, which, knock on wood, the hurricane did not affect our area of Florida, luckily. He was letting me know, he understood that he's watched my videos and he's subscribed to my channel. And he says, I know you talk about how you don't really like the custom labels, so do you want me to not put the custom labels on your EGS books? I said, no, I would love to have them, not for me, but for you guys to see them and say, well, I either like that or don't like that. So it's not about what I like, because I personally it doesn't matter what company. For me to spend extra money on just a picture that doesn't increase the value of the book at all does not make sense. But not everybody buys and grades their books for monetary reasons. Sometimes they want to hang them up on the wall or give them as a gift. So if a custom label is something that you would be interested in, I want to give the opportunity to show it to you, even though it's something I would not personally use. So when it comes to reviews, it's not supposed to be based on what I like and what I dislike. It's what is out there so you can formulate an opinion. So even though I personally would not spend money on a custom label, I still want them on occasion to send me books with the custom labels so you guys can see them and see if that's something you want to add. Because it's not about me. It's about everybody that watches. And that's what reviews are supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be the reviewer's personal biases or personal opinions. It's supposed to be, here's what I'm presenting, here's my experience, here are my honest thoughts, You make up your own mind. So with that being said, we're going to end this video. All three of you, if you want to add any links to your channels, to whether if you have a YouTube channel or a social network channel, or if you sell something on eBay, Etsy, Amazon, any of those, I don't care. I'll leave that up to you. Just keep in mind, all links have to be verified first, so they will not show up until I verify them. So if anybody viewing this sees in the comment section a link to anywhere, it means I have approved it, so it will never take you to anywhere inappropriate. All right, so thank you. We got 7 people watching this video. 5 people have liked it. So again, almost everybody has liked the video, so thank you for that. I'm going to be shutting this down in a second. In another 5 minutes, I will be doing the PGX unboxing. So that's coming up in a separate live stream. Let me know what you think about the AI art you see in the thumbnail and the image right in front of you, and give EGS a try. If you've never tried them, give them a shot. You don't have to send in 10 books. You won't get those discounts if you do. If you don't do that, but send in 1 book. Give them a chance. They might be a company you might be interested in. I leave that up to you. So thank you to EGS and Tony for giving me this opportunity. These will be sent out in the next couple of days, and like I said, it probably takes about 2 months or so to get them back. Once I do, I will do an unboxing, and we'll see what happens with the grades and what the experience is. So thank you very much, guys. Stick around for part 3. Again, we'll be in a new live stream. So don't forget, it's not you, it is not I. It's We Love Comics, and we love EGS. I'll see you.